The American spokesman for Al-Qaeda with a turban and a beard popping up every time a president, says Al-Qaeda's about to get us. And then he pops up and says, yes, we are, right on time. And then, of course, Wired Magazine and others at major digital conferences looked at the videos of these Al-Qaeda leaders being uploaded to the web and found that the Intel Center, run by former directors of Black Ops and the CIA and the Pentagon, adjuncts of Donald Rumsfeld, that the Intel Center uploaded their logo over it in the same video layer as the Al-Qaeda logo. You understand that? We're not video geniuses, but we understand video layers here. I'd even done that before it was news and blown it up on our big screen plasma screens back there and looked at the video layers. And you can tell the pixelation was the same in the layer when you blow it up. We'd already talked about that. I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I knew that fat bin Laden, whose nose had grown by an inch, sitting around supposedly getting drunk with young boys. Remember that footage? 9 years ago, right after 9/11, a few months after, I could look at it and tell you it wasn't bin Laden. The CIA told Spy Talk 5 months ago in the Washington Post that, yes, the government put out that fake video. Well, I don't need them to tell me it's fake. I mean, it'd be literally like sticking a beard on me and putting a fake nose on me and saying it was bin Laden. It looked nothing like him. Then they put out a computer-generated bin Laden video that looked like something from a cheap video game. That's how dumb they think you are. And don't forget, I told you in 2004, 2005, 2006 that they were issuing fake terror alerts for political gain. Then Ari Fleischer, the White House spokesman, got up in a press conference and said, well, these have been issued for political gain. I guess to protect himself. He didn't want to be part of it. And then Ridge writes a book that's published last year, the former head of Homeland Security, saying he was pressured to issue fake terror alerts ahead of elections. Look, we're only covering the facts here. I mean, do you want me to not tell you that Anwar al-Awlaki's at the Pentagon? Do you not want me to open up Newsweek right after 9/11 when they admittedly said the hijackers were trained at U.S. military bases? AP, Washington Post, they just hide it in plain view. Or that 6 of the 10 9/11 commissioners say they were lied to and they weren't allowed to truly investigate? I mean, facts are facts are facts are facts. Period. End of story. That's the way it is. It doesn't change because we want them to. I wish every day it was Muslim extremist. I wish every day, because that's not scary. I'm not scared of a few hundred lunatics running around with turbans on their heads. But I'll tell you what I am scared of. A globalist corporate takeover that wants to set up a police state for the American people, staging events and allowing lunatics to attack us as a pretext to take our rights. And as I told you 9 years ago, and as I put in my police state films 12, 13 years ago, and as is on record now, 95% or more of all of the Homeland Security apparatus, this is New York Times, Washington Post, but we got the secret documents last year, MIAC and Homeland Security, from law enforcement, confirmed to be real, 95%, the number one threat, returning veterans with guns, conservatives, libertarians, land rights activists, anti-global warming activists, Ron Paul supporters, Bob Barr supporters, libertarian supporters, Chuck Baldwin supporters, people that like Aaron Russo's film, exposing the IRS, America Freedom to Fascism. That's who they say the number one enemy is. And all these new Southern Poverty Law Center ADL reports, who do they say the number one evil? Alex Jones. I'm not going to hurt a fly. I'm not going to blow anything up. I'm fighting against violence. I want to, through our Constitution, take our government back the way we're supposed to, legally and lawfully and constitutionally. But they want to stage events and terror events to demonize the American people and shut down the true political process in this country. And we've got to get out ahead of these staged terror events. Because those of you Republicans that won't wake up to 9/11, you better wake up when Barry Soetoro, a.k.a. Barack Obama's people, set something off. We've read all the quotes by his people in his White House, the Financial Times of London and others, saying without an Oklahoma City or a new 9/11, Barack Obama won't be able to look strong for the public. And Oklahoma City saved Bill Clinton when he was in the low 40s, went up to the high 60s right before the election with the Oklahoma City bombing. That saved Bill Clinton. We need another terror attack. They're so dumb, they're right out in the open bragging about it. But I'll read it. When we come back, I'll briefly get into the latest fear-mongering hysteria dealing with these airplanes and these shipments out of Yemen and out of other places. And then we're going to get into the economy, and it's huge news on that front. We're going to get into the elections and the huge election fraud.
Soon we'll be shutting our doors and windows, shutting out fresh air for months. Did you know you're also keeping in allergens, bacteria, and germs that cause colds and flu? What if there was a low-cost way of blanketing your home with clean air? There is. Introducing the AirOasis 3000 Air Purifier. It utilizes new patent-pending nanotechnology, producing a blanket of oxidizers that cleans the air and sanitizes the surfaces. Imagine not spreading the cold or flu bug to everyone around you. AirOasis 3000 Air Purifiers are made in the USA, come with a 3-year warranty, have no filters to replace, no grids to clean, and require no maintenance for 3 years. Try the AirOasis 3000 Air Purifier risk-free for 30 days. JCN listeners get $100 off when you order at breathebetterAir.com or call 806-477-0322. That's 806-477-0322 and get the best air purifier for the best price at breathebetterAir.com.
Go solar for cheap. Want to use solar power but the price is too high? Now you can build your own solar panels for less than $200 at 123cheapsolar.com. Don't laugh. We've sold over 45,000 solar do-it-yourself kits. Watch the step-by-step videos that even non-handyman types can use. We offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. Go to 123cheapsolar.com or call 800-713-0486. 800-713-0486. Reduce your foreign oil dependency when you go green with 123cheapsolar.com.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it led back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a silver dollar in a book explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
To ship a vehicle safely from point A to point B, which company should you choose? Easy. Stateway Auto Transport. Why trust Patriot-owned Stateway Auto Transport? Many reasons. Stateway is not just a broker, but a fully licensed and bonded carrier with its own fleet of trucks and $1 million of cargo coverage insurance. With Stateway, your vehicle rides safely on a direct route on the same truck, and your shipment is always door-to-door with no hidden fees. And every shipment includes free online vehicle tracking. Simply put, Stateway Auto Transport is the best, most efficient, quickest, and friendliest worldwide shipper in the business. To receive a free quote from a live customer service representative, call 877-848-7474 or see us online at statewayauto.com. That's statewayauto.com or call 877-848-7474. Ask about discounts for seniors, military, and all GCN listeners. Stateway Auto Transport, your one-stop shop for worldwide vehicle transport.
As gardeners, we can all relate.
What do you do with all of the excess food that you grow?
Freezing or canning may have been the process you've used, but the good folks at Excalibur Dehydrator have a healthy alternative to preserve the fruits of your labor. The Excalibur Dehydrator will help you preserve your fruits and vegetables quickly and easily, so you don't have to worry about premature spoiling. You can also use your Excalibur Dehydrator year-round to make delicious jerky. And the best part? The foods you dehydrate are free from excess additives, salt, and preservatives, and that's something we can all do without. To learn more and to order your very own Excalibur Dehydrator, visit drying123.com and see how the Excalibur Dehydrator can help you preserve your favorite foods.
Mention coupon code GCN and receive a free book on how to preserve your foods.
Again, that's drying123.com, drying123.com, or call 1-800-875-4254. That's 1-800-875-4254 today.
This is the end, beautiful friend.
Oh, it's the end of the Democrat-controlled House for sure, probably the Senate.
This is the end.
We'll go over all the latest election developments after the break, then into the economy today. There's huge developments there. Here's the Christian Science Monitor. Is hard currency on its way out? Introducing the new virtual world currency. You're not going to get a new global paper currency. Your currencies will be denominated by the new global digital SDR. You will face scan and thumbprint globally, Part of it will go to an international VAT tax and a carbon tax. It's all been announced in 1975 by the Trilateral Commission. Exactly how all this would happen. That's how you can listen to my show from 15 years ago and hear the same thing. You can watch my films from 13 years ago and hear the exact same thing, or the show from a year ago or a month ago. But I told you, now is the time they're going to announce this. Did I pull a rabbit out of a hat? I'm not an incredible person. You know, I didn't have a crystal ball. I read their own documents, and I've seen them do everything they say they're going to do, or at least try it. So we're going to be covering that. But about an hour and a half ago, the fear-mongering began. I get ready at home. I was driving into the office and was listening to MSNBC on XM, Sirius, and they were going, oh, my gosh, there could be multiple bombs out of the Middle East on multiple aircraft. There are 2 aircraft, one in Newark, New Jersey, and another in Philadelphia. And, oh, my gosh, the government's saving us. And there's another courthouse up in Maine where there might be a bomb. And there's a UPS truck in Queens, New York, and the FBI's on it. Could it be a big attack? Oh, my gosh, bombs, bombs. And within 30 minutes driving in, they had shifted it and said, well, this is a over response out of, caution, but it's a good thing to do this. And now we know it was England, and there was a shipment out of Yemen of a printer cartridge, and the printer cartridge looked very suspicious. And so basically any shipments now out of that airport, we are going to have to search them. And the terrorist, we've got the naked body scanners to keep you safe from Muttalib and the underwear bomber. They actually said that. But we've got to put more security on the packages. And we've got to do something about private aviation. People are able to just go get on their own planes. And, oh, my gosh, what are we going to do? It's going into the holiday season, and Al-Qaeda loves to ruin our holidays. They love to do this. And on and on and on. So 2 UPS planes isolated at Philly and in Newark. And it goes on to say that they are trying to keep us safe, and they've isolated the planes, and they're going over them. Cargo planes grounded in U.S. security scare. And police surround UPS planes, and they are looking at UPS trucks in New York State and in Queens and just in Long Island and just everywhere. It's so scary. And as this unfolds, we'll continue to tell you everything that's going on. Oh my gosh! And every day I hear news reports, even in Texas, where it always starts around deer season. Somebody's putting their deer rifle in their car, or somebody sees somebody with a deer rifle in their gun rack. And it's totally legal, but they call the police, and we saw a man with a rifle. We saw a man getting in his car. I heard that yesterday on local news. It's so scary. We've got an alert. The police are on the ground. They may lock down areas of College Station. Somebody was seen with a rifle. Oh, my goodness. It's this culture of total and complete hysteria. But then the flu vaccine last year conservatively maimed and brain damaged tens of thousands in the U.S., admittedly caused deaths in the U.S., Europe, Australia, mainstream news. People died. Then it's like, oh, well, that's just a side effect sometimes. It's worth it overall to protect you from the flu that's so deadly. And then they admit, oh, by the way, the H1N1 shot was filled with all sorts of things that cause serious health problems. Oh, and then meanwhile, remember 2 years ago, it finally hit the news that FedEx and others were shipping weaponized flu and other things to thousands of labs. 5,000 plus labs in the U.S. had a super weaponized flu, and we found out about it when a truck, a FedEx truck, crashed, and this stuff was all over the highway. Remember early last year, it was in BBC, it was in Le Figaro, it was in Der Spiegel. It first broke in the Czech Republic. 14 labs had super weaponized flu sent to them, and one technician happened to test it on ferrets, and it killed them. And Baxter Pharmaceuticals said it was all just an accident, but then we have the headline where in Poland and other countries, large portions of the homeless population died when they were given another experimental flu shot. You can just type homeless die after flu shot, but that's okay. That's no big deal. But a package, it could be a bomb. Bombs are so scary. We're going to get into